Chapter 257. Tomahawk Mercenary Hall. The Tomahawk Emperor suddenly sensed that countless knives in the Tomahawk Mercenary Pavilion began to ring. If there was a master's knife sounding, it was normal, it must be the master controlling the knife. But many of the knives here don't have owners at all, and they are even stored in the treasure house, and they will sound automatically. The Tomahawk Emperor's pupils shrank, and he thought of a possibility: innate knife body. The innate sword body is very similar to the innate sword body, but there are subtle differences. The innate knife body and the innate sword body are two very rare innate constitutions, which are more powerful than the ordinary innate attribute constitutions. If a sword cultivator condenses an innate sword body, then the strength of this sword cultivator is much stronger than that of a sword cultivator of the same level, and the swordsman who condenses an innate sword body is also stronger than a swordsman of the same level. The innate knife body is very difficult to condense, because there is no good way. If it is the body of the innate fire spirit, it can absorb the fire vitality, and slowly refining the physique will have the opportunity to quench the body of the innate fire spirit. But the innate sword body is too difficult, because it is difficult to absorb any sword chi, and the sword chi cannot be used to refine the body at all. Jengjin stone is a rare treasure that can temper the body and condense into an innate sword body and an innate sword body. But this kind of treasure, the Tomahawk Emperor didn't know. Who condensed the innate sword body? The Tomahawk Emperor wondered. There are not many powerful swordsmen in the Zhonghai super base, and there are even fewer Emperor-level swordsmen. Lu Ten Dao Emperor? Tomahawk the Great was the first to think of him, but he quickly vetoed it. With his understanding of the Lu Ten Sword Emperor, the other party had not yet reached the level where he could condense the innate sword body. Suddenly, the name of a man appeared in the heart of the Tomahawk the Great. Yi Tian. Yi Tian is also a swordsman, and he is even more powerful than the Lu Ten Sword Emperor, because Yi Tian's sword talent is a morning star, and he has even practiced the legendary sword skill, Star Slash. Could it really be Yi Tian? The Battle-Axe Emperor's divine consciousness crossed the void and approached the heavenly pavilion. As the distance from the heavenly pavilion got closer, wisps of knives diffused out. At the same time, he felt a powerful force far beyond his imagination hidden in the heavenly pavilion, and that power was mixed with the monstrous sword path momentum, as if it enveloped this void, forming a world of swords. It's really Yi Tian. The Tomahawk was extremely confirmed. Soon, the news that Yi Tian had condensed the innate sword body spread. And the Moon Emperor, who was in the Moon God Temple, was the first to know that Yi Tian had condensed into an innate sword body. She had already heard Yi Tian say that she wanted to impact the innate sword body. So when she saw the 10,000 swords of the Moon God sect roaring in unison, she knew that her husband had already practiced the innate sword body. So, she came to the heavenly pavilion for the first time and waited outside the cultivation room, lest she disturb Yi Tian. After a while, Yi Tian's voice came from inside. Yuer, come in. Click. The formation opened, and Yuer walked in. Husband, congratulations on condensing into an innate sword body. Yuer said happily for her husband, Yi Tian. Husband Yi Tian has condensed the innate sword body, and his strength has risen greatly. This is a good thing. The stronger the husband, the better, and the more secure she is. At the same time, she is also proud of her husband. Yuer, I have condensed the innate sword body. Such a happy event, let's celebrate. Yi Tian said excitedly. How to celebrate? Yuer was a little unclear. But soon, she knew. A few hours later, the Moon Emperor left the heavenly pavilion and returned to the Moon God sect. Unless she was cultivating with Yi Tian, the rest of the time, she was sitting in the Moon God sect. In the training room, Yi Tian, who was satisfied, began to look at his innate knife body. After experimenting, he found that the increase effect of the innate knife body on the knife skill reached 1.5 times, which seemed to be not high, but it was actually very high. For example, the effect of his sword skills is 10, and the increase of the innate sword body is 15. The key is that sword skills and strength talents can be superimposed, which means that the innate sword body can be superimposed to increase his strongest attack power, which is incomparable to other innate attribute bodies. In addition, Yi Tian found that the innate knife body could also increase a certain defensive effect. It can be seen that the innate knife body is really against the sky. My strength should be enough to match the weaker 7-star Emperor level. Yi Tian estimated. In this way, he can be regarded as truly on top of the earth. Even relying on the talent of time and space, he can be regarded as a relatively difficult 7-star emperor. Of course, compared to the top 7-star emperor level, Yi Tian was still far behind, and his time talent and space talent might not even be able to restrain the top 7-star emperor level. Moreover, who dares to guarantee that the Tianfu super base will not have an 8-star emperor level and a 9-star emperor level? He will hide his strength, and others will hide his strength. He also needs to keep a low profile before he is strong enough to a certain extent. But if someone provokes him, then there is no need to keep a low profile. But in the Zhanghai superbase, the person who dares to provoke him has not yet been born. Comprehend the realm of the Tao of the Tao, comprehend the realm of the Tao of the claw, practice the sword technique, and cultivate the claw technique. Yi Tian was very busy, and even if he had a 20-fold comprehension increase and a 10-fold time acceleration, he still felt that the time was not enough. In addition, there is no threat from the Zhanghai superbase, so he can cultivate with peace of mind. If there was nothing big about it, Yi Tian would hardly go out, unless he occasionally accompanied the Moon Emperor to hang out. However, while Yi Tian was in retreat, some changes had happened in this fierce beast world near the Zhanghai superbase. Ryu Gu. In the teleportation hall, the teleportation array flashed, and a humanoid creature stepped out. He resembles a human in appearance, but he has 2 dragon horns growing out of his forehead and wears a dragon robe. The aura on his body is the same as the breath of a dragon, which indicates his identity, a member of the dragon clan. Once the dragon becomes a god, it has the ability to transform into a human form, and the average dragon will choose to transform into a human form, because this state is more suitable for fighting and communicating with other races. After this dragon clan member came out of the teleportation array, his divine sense swept away, and he frowned. The dragon palace was opened once in advance, and many fierce beasts have entered the inheritance hall. HMPH, I guess I took a lot of good things again. I don't know why my Dragon Clan seniors chose to wait here for their life to run out, and they didn't even allow Dragon Clan members to break into the inheritance hall. Could it really be that, as the elders said, this Qingtan true god had a bad relationship with many high-ranking members of the Dragon Clan, so he made such restrictions? If he can't figure it out, he won't want to. Swish! One step out of the Dragon Palace, his divine sense began to sweep over a radius of tens of millions of miles. Rumble! Countless fierce beasts were swept by him, but he did not find a single fierce beast overlord. This dragon powerhouse crossed the sea, traveled through countless mountain ranges, and explored many places, but he didn't sense the breath of a fierce beast overlord, and he didn't even find a fierce beast with a Shiri-level bloodline talent. Sure enough, something happened. Go to the Holy Dragon Tree. The members of the Dragon Clan turned into a ray of light and soon came to the side of the Holy Dragon Tree. Seeing the Holy Dragon Tree intact, this Dragon Clan member breathed a sigh of relief. This Holy Dragon Tree is more precious than the entire beast world. If it weren't for the dragon powerhouses who wanted to use this beast world to cultivate a holy dragon fruit that could give birth to a topless bloodline talent, they wouldn't have put such a precious thing here. Although the Holy Dragon Tree is connected to the beast world, even if it is a god level, it is difficult to take it away. But I am afraid that there will be a god-level existence to snatch it. The Holy Dragon Fruit has been snatched away by the fierce beasts, but I have not found a single fierce beast with a Dawn-level bloodline talent by using the secret art of the clan. Could it be that those 9 fierce beasts have all become god-level fierce beasts and run into the starry sky? No, if a god-level fierce beast appears, our Dragon Clan will sense it as soon as possible. There must have been something else, but what is it? The dragon member was puzzled. Why don't you ask the beasts in this world? You should be able to get some information. Chapter 258. The members of the Dragon Clan grabbed an Emperor-level fierce beast casually, and a wisp of God-level fierce beast coercion acted on its body. Say, what's going on in this world? Why can't an Emperor-level beast overlord be found? The dragon member asked. Under the pressure of the God-level beast, this Emperor-level fierce beast trembled with fright. It was so scared. The aura of the Dragon Clan members far exceeded its imagination, and the strength of the two was like the gap between an ant and an abyss, as if it was not the level of a world. My lord, I don't know very well, I just know that I heard that some time ago, Lord Nine Lives Cat Emperor killed the Black Tiger Overlord and the Black Dragon Overlord, said the Emperor-level fierce beast honestly. Black Dragon Overlord? Is there a dragon in this world? The dragon member asked. The Black Dragon Overlord is not a true dragon, it's a worm. The Emperor-level beast explained. A worm, HMPH, it is really arrogant to dare to claim the Overlord of the Black Dragon. If it doesn't die, I will kill it. The blood-mixed worm also dares to provoke the majesty of the Dragon Clan. The members of the Dragon Clan snorted coldly, and the dragon power permeated a radius of thousands of miles. The Emperor-level fierce beast was terrified. It roughly guessed the identity of the Dragon Clan members, and when it thought of a divine dragon appearing in front of it, it was not excited, only fearful. Is there anything unusual in this world besides this? The dragons pressed again. The Emperor-level fierce beast quickly told everything it knew, and it didn't know whether what it said was useful or not. When the Emperor-level fierce beast suddenly mentioned the spatial rift, the expressions of the Dragon Clan members moved. Are you saying that there is a spatial rift in this world, and the Emperor-level can pass through it? The dragon members were shocked. Yes, sir, the Emperor-level beast said. Spatial rift. I should have missed that area when my divine sense probed just now. The Dragon Clan member said secretly. For the human world, it has a full understanding of the human world. There are many human planets under this starry sky, and in the vast galaxy, the overall strength of human beings is even much stronger than that of the dragon race. If it weren't for the unity of the Dragon Clan, it wouldn't be the top clan in the galaxy at all. It is true that most of the human races have no talent, but there are too many human beings, and they have many special talents that the beasts do not have. And the learning background of the human race is very strong, and the wisdom is very high, which other races do not have. Interesting, we dragons have never dared to enter the territory of the human race, but I didn't expect this beast planet to be connected to the human planet. If this news spreads back to the clan, I'm afraid it will cause a huge sensation, and maybe some old guys will also think about it. The dragon member thought to himself. My lord, I'm done, can you let me go? The Emperor-level beast asked cautiously. Let you go? The Dragon Clan's face changed instantly, and he said gloomily, if you hadn't said anything about the spatial rift, I might have let you go. But not now, my arrival will definitely not attract the attention of humans, so you can only die. Dragon's claws moved. In an instant, this Emperor-level beast turned into ashes. Swish! The body shape of the Dragon Clan changed for a while, the dragon horns disappeared, and the appearance was similar to that of humans, and then they changed their clothes again and turned into a beautiful young man with a good demeanor. Then, he identified the direction and flew in the direction of the Zhonghai temporary base. After a while, he came to the Zhonghai Linhai base, and also saw the 5-star space crack hanging in the air. 5-star space cracks, the highest is only allowed to pass through the Emperor level. I can pass it at some cost, but in this way, the movement will be too great, and each world has its own rules. If that world does not allow the existence above the God level, or suppresses the strength of the God level, then it will be too dangerous for me to go over. God level is not invincible. As a member of the dragon family, he knew this. For example, on some planets that seem to be weak, after entering the God level, they can't even exert their Emperor level strength, because the rules of that world suppress the God level. Such a planetary world is often a God-level forbidden land, and only invincible beings of the same level dare to enter such a planet. And he is only relatively ordinary in the same level, not even a genius of the Dragon Clan, and he does not dare to step into such an area. Rashly breaking into a planetary world that he is not familiar with, that is an act of seeking death. The members of the Dragon Clan observed outside the base, saw the formation of the base and various detection equipment, and knew that if they passed, they would definitely expose their identities. He took out a treasure and his entire body went into invisibility. This stealth didn't last long, but it was enough for him to use. He did not enter the base, but bypassed the base and came to the vicinity of the 5-star spatial rift, and his consciousness slowly probed to the other end of the spatial rift, Earth. Suddenly, boom, the space is shaking, and the other side of the Earth is even more turbulent, and there are many visions. It's not good, let's go. The Dragon Clan members immediately fled and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Immediately, a group of emperors came over, but they didn't see any figures, but the matter was passed on. Distance. The Dragon Clan members appeared, their faces full of surprise and surprise. It turned out to be a planet that has just been revived, and this planet is not simple. It has just been revived not long ago. It is enough to compare to this beast world, and the potential is unlimited. The Dragon Clan members were moved. Such a newly revived planet is a very precious planet in the universe, and there must be many good things in it. The only pity is that this planet will suppress the God level. Just now, a wisp of his consciousness came to the Earth, and as a result, it caused the suppression of the will of the Earth world. If he himself entered the Earth, his strength would immediately drop to the Emperor level, unless he could resist the will of the world and ignore the world power of the entire world. Then he would be able to exert all his combat power. But the existence that can resist the will of a world is an incomparably powerful existence in the universe, and such a powerful existence disdains to invade a small planet. Besides, this planet is a human planet. How dare ordinary forces offend? No, I have to report. The members of the Dragon Clan left, entered the Dragon Palace, and left on a teleportation. And all this, the warriors of the Zhanghai Superbase don't know, and Yi Tian in retreat doesn't know either. This day, Yi Tian is out of the customs. He has not reached the 10th physical limit. It is estimated that it will take a while, and the reason why he is out of the customs is because the Zhengjin Stone has run out. Originally, the Zhengjin Stone was enough to break the 10th physical limit, but because it had to condense the innate knife body, a lot of Zhengjin Qi was used, which led to the excessive consumption of the Zhengjin Stone. However, Yi Tian was not far from breaking the 10th physical limit, and he was not in a hurry. And now, Yi Tian was ready to attack the Claw Dao realm with all his might. After such a long period of comprehension, with the assistance of the Huihui level Claw talent and the top-level comprehension talent, the Claw Path finally caught up with the Sword Path realm and reached the Erchung Claw Path realm. Now, Yi Tian is ready to impact to the realm of the Sancheng Claw Dao. Once he reaches it, he can cultivate a legendary level claw technique to the consummation level, and if he goes further, he can cultivate that only God-level claw technique. God-level claw technique, that is his first divine skill. He was very impressed by this. Chapter 259. A month later, Yi Tian was out of the customs. Sancheng Claw Dao realm, finally reached. Yi Tian also didn't expect that his claw path had stepped into the realm of the three enlightenment Dao one step ahead of the sword path, and he had also successfully cultivated a legendary level claw technique to the consummation realm. This legendary claw skill is called the Great Celestial Dragon Claw. The Great Celestial Dragon Claw is not an ordinary legendary level claw skill. The Great Celestial Dragon Claw of the Consummation Realm can not only increase the attack power by 100 times, but also has a similar effect of dragon deterrence. Cultivating the Great Heavenly Dragon Claw to the Consummation Realm, Yi Tian's strength can be regarded as skyrocketing a lot. In addition, Yi Tian also refined that Huihui level claw weapon, which could be integrated into the palm of his hand, and could also increase some of his attack power, and could easily smash the enemy's weapon. If the Huihui level claw weapon is combined with the slash talent, it will be even more terrifying. Even if the opponent has a Huihui level weapon, it is easy to be shattered by the slashing talent. Originally, Yi Tian also wanted to retreat until he practiced the God level claw technique at one time, but when he thought that it would take too long, he suspended his cultivation. The God level claw technique is not so easy to practice, and its difficulty is very high, because it requires that you must have more than 3 into 5 claw realm before you can initially practice a God-level claw skill to the entry realm. The 4 Cheng Claw Dao realm can cultivate a God-level claw technique to the Xiaocheng realm. The 50 Cheng Claw Dao realm can cultivate a God-level claw technique to the Dacheng realm. 60% of the claw realm can cultivate a God-level claw to the consummation realm. However, the further back the Claw Dao realm becomes, the more difficult it becomes. Even if there is a 10-fold time acceleration and 20 times the comprehension, it is difficult to comprehend the Claw Dao to the 3 to 5 realm in a short period of time. Originally, he thought it wouldn't take too much time, but after reaching the claw realm of 30%, he tried to comprehend it, and his speed suddenly slowed down a lot. According to Yi Tian's own estimates, if he wants to comprehend the claw path to the realm of 3 into 5, even if he has time talent and top-level comprehension talent, it will take half a year. Half a year seems like a lot, but if it is someone else, Even if you have a Huawei level claw talent, it will take hundreds of years to practice a God-level claw technique. It only took him half a year to practice a God-level claw technique, which was definitely very against the sky. Half a year is too long. I've been in retreat long enough. Combine work and rest, let's practice for a few days. Yi Tian muttered to himself. Walking out of the cultivation room, Yi Tian called his sister Yi Yu to him. Sister Yi Yu is still a saint level, but she has opened up 23% of the deep brain domain, and her combat power has also reached the peak of the great saint level, and she is also a big man in the Zhanghai super base. Brother, you are out of the customs. Yi Yu was very happy to see his brother. Well, Xiaoyu, how has Tianj developed recently? Tell me about it, Yi Tian asked. Yi Yu hurriedly reported. Brother, if there are already 23 saint level and hundreds of king level in the pavilion today, there are even more grandmasters and great martial artists. And Yi, she has become a high-level array mage. Yi, she has become a high-level array mage. Not bad, Yi Tian nodded with satisfaction. Yi is Lin Yi, one of the first two brothers and sisters to join Tianj, with the talent of a Morning Star array mage, and will definitely be able to become a Morning Star array mage in the future. Now that he has begun to cultivate, and he is already a king level, even the formation mage realm has reached an advanced level. If he has enough points to participate in the Enlightenment Heavenly Monument, he can even achieve a top-level formation mage in a short time. Yi Tian asked some more things, and he was very satisfied with the current development of Tianj. The only pity is that apart from him, Tianj has never had an emperor-level commander. Of course, many emperors are willing to join the Heavenly Pavilion, but he doesn't accept any of them. It is not the emperor level cultivated by the Heavenly Pavilion itself, and there is not much loyalty at all. In case one day he goes to a place and does not return for a long time, the emperor who joins halfway may occupy his Heavenly Pavilion. He didn't want that to happen. Anyway, with him, the Heavenly Pavilion without an emperor-level seat is also a force that no one dares to provoke. After having a general understanding of the development of Tianj, Yi Tian let Yi Yu be busy, and he himself entered the glory virtual world. My strength has steadily entered the 7-star Emperor level. It's time to expose the strength of the 6-star Emperor level. Otherwise, some people really think I'm weak and come to trouble me. That's not good. Yi Tian entered the virtual world and began to challenge the 18th layer of the Glory Tower. Once he passed the 18th layer, he could obtain 6-star Emperor level combat power, and he could also get 131,072 points. So many points are also a huge amount of money for Yi Tian, and he can buy a lot of good things. The 18th floor of the Tower of Glory. Yi Tian began to fight with his opponent. He did not want to show his time talent and space talent, but fought with his own talent. After a fierce battle, Yi Tian finally defeated the opponent with the great heavenly dragon claw and broke through the 18th layer. At this time, Yi Tian's combat power information changed, and he was promoted from a 5-star Emperor level to a 6-star Emperor level. At the same time, on the Glory Emperor list, Yi Tian's ranking also changed. 33rd place on the Emperor list, Yi Tian, affiliation, Heavenly Pavilion, 6-star Emperor level combat power. Many martial artists always paid attention to the Emperor list, and as soon as the Emperor list was refreshed, it immediately attracted the attention of many people, and many people were shocked by Yi Tian's combat power. Virtual worlds. Many martial artists communicated to each other, and the news that Yi Tian had broken through the 18th floor of the Glory Tower and obtained the 6-star Emperor level combat power. Virtual World Public Chat Platform. Do you know? Huasha has given birth to a new 6-star Emperor level, who is the 10,000 Heavenly Emperors of the Zhanghai Superbase. Is it the Emperor of 10,000 Laws? Oh my god, I once lined up with him in the battle in the virtual world. Although he was killed in seconds, but he was killed in seconds by a 6-star Emperor. That is also my honor. The talent of the 10,000 Law Heavenly Emperor is too high. He has the strength of a 6-star Emperor level in such a short period of time. I think he should have the potential to impact the 7-star Emperor level. He. Why don't you know that the Heavenly Emperor of 10,000 Laws is deliberately clumsy? What if he already has the strength of a 6-star Emperor, and now he deliberately reveals it? Even if it's clumsy, he has 6-star Emperor level combat power. It's true, that's enough. Are you as powerful as the heavenly emperor of 10,000 laws? If not, shut up. Many martial artists quarreled, which made Yu Tian's reputation famous for a while, and the nickname of the virtual world of the Emperor of 10,000 Laws was also passed out as Yu Tian's title. Tianfu Superbase, Temple of Glory. In a side hall, several emperors in golden robes sat together, each of them holding a document in his hand, which was about Yu Tian. Yu Tian, nicknamed the Emperor of 10,000 Laws in the virtual world, has a 6-star emperor-level combat power, has a lot of talent, and has great potential. And according to the information provided by the Broken Sword Emperor, he had almost 6-star emperor-level combat power before, and it was very difficult. Even the Broken Prisoner Sword Emperor, who was relatively powerful among the 6-star emperors, couldn't help him, so he had no choice but to draw. I can invite Yu Tian into our circle, what do you think? An emperor put down the information in his hand and spoke. Seconded. 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 The other emperors didn't have any opinions, and they all said that they could invite Yu Tian. Who to send to contact Yu Tian? Chapter 260. After discussing it, several emperors decided to let the Broken Sword Emperor invite Yu Tian. At least the Broken Sword Emperor and Yu Tian had a discussion, and the two were a little familiar with each other, so it was naturally easy to talk. At the end of the meeting, several emperors left the side hall. Subsequently, the Broken Sword Emperor received a notice. A certain beast world, in a deep mountain. As soon as the Broken Sword Emperor killed an emperor-level fierce beast, he picked up the communicator and muttered, "Those guys asked me to invite Yu Tian." It seems that Yu Tian's strength and potential have been recognized by them. Swish! The Broken Sword Emperor turned into a ray of light and flew towards the spatial rift. China Shipping Superbase. Yu Tian was shopping on the street with the Moon Emperor, and his expression suddenly moved. "Husband, what's wrong?" Seeing that Yu Tian's expression was wrong, the Moon Emperor asked. "There's a guest in Tianj, I'll go back first." Yu Tian said, "Okay, then I'll go with you." The Moon Emperor took Yu Tian's arm and said, Yu Tian nodded lightly. Immediately, the two returned to the Heavenly Pavilion. In the Heavenly Pavilion, Yu Tian saw the Broken Sword Emperor. Reception Hall. Yu Tian and the Broken Sword Emperor sat on the chairs, and the rest of the Heavenly Pavilion all retreated. Broken Sword Emperor, I didn't expect the guest to be you. Yu Tian was a little surprised. The Broken Sword Emperor is a 6-star emperor-level combat power, and he is also the Emperor of the Glory Temple, and his status is very high in the Tianfu Superbase. Why did such a big man come to Zhanghai Superbase to look for him? If you wanted to recruit him, you should have come to him in the first place, not now. Now that it has been a short time since he challenged the Broken Sword Emperor, the Broken Sword Emperor suddenly arrived, which made Yu Tian very confused and surprised. 10,000 heavenly emperors, let's call you that. I came to you this time at the behest of some high-ranking people in the Glory Temple, said the Broken Sword Emperor bluntly. Regarding the title of the Broken Sword Emperor to himself, Yu Tian also gladly accepted it. In fact, he also knew that many martial artists in the virtual world called him the Emperor of 10,000 Laws, and this nickname was taken by himself, and he liked this title quite a lot. When others call him that, he acquiesces. Broken Sword Emperor, are you saying that you have been instructed by some high-level leaders of the Glory Temple? Could it be that those 7-star Emperor level have instructed you? What did they ask you to come to me for? Yu Tian was confused. The Broken Sword Emperor laughed and said, Emperor of 10,000 Laws, in fact, who ordered me to come, you will know later. They asked me to invite you to the Temple of Glory. I'm sorry, I'm reluctant to join the Temple of Glory. Yu Tian refused. He also has his own power. Although he is far from being comparable to the Temple of Glory, but he may be able to compare with the Temple of Glory in the future. Why should he choose to join the Temple of Glory and be bound by the Temple of Glory? He is not stupid. Naturally he will not be stupid to join the Temple of Glory. Even if the treatment of the Temple of Glory is good, he is not uncommon. But it didn't seem to be what he imagined. The Broken Sword Emperor explained, 10,000 heavenly emperors, you have misunderstood. I am not here to invite you to the Temple of Glory, but only to the Temple of Glory. All 6-star emperor ranks recognized by the Glory Temple are eligible to be invited by the Glory Temple. This invitation does not mean to join the Temple of Glory, but to enter the Temple of Glory as a guest, or to learn about the circle behind the Temple of Glory. The circle behind the Temple of Glory? Yi Tian's heart moved, and he suddenly became a little interested. He had long heard that the Temple of Glory was very mysterious, and even many of the great emperors of the Tianfu superbase did not know about the Temple of Glory, and even rarely saw the great emperor of the Temple of Glory. The Temple of Glory is undoubtedly the most mysterious force, and the emperors behind the Temple of Glory, they are also very mysterious, but they are in another circle with ordinary emperors. Am I going to enter that circle too? That circle must be very mysterious, and know a lot of secret things. Yi Tian guessed. He even vaguely felt that entering the Temple of Glory this time would be a big surprise. There's no restraint, right? Yi Tian asked. Of course not. The Broken Sword Emperor said. Don't worry about the 10,000 Law Heavenly Emperor. If the 10,000 Law Heavenly Emperor is really worried about a trap, he can refuse this invitation. But I still hope that the Heavenly Emperor of 10,000 Laws can go to the Glory Temple, and you will see another world that is not ordinary, far from being comparable to ordinary circles. Don't look at me as the 23rd on the Emperor list, but I'm actually just at the bottom of that circle. Okay, I'm willing to go. Yi Tian agreed. Emperor Wenfa Heavenly Emperor, when do you have time? I can take you there, so as not to rearrange the Emperor level to lead the way, and you are not familiar with the other party at all. Wait a few hours, is that okay? Yi Tian asked. He wanted to talk to the Moon Emperor and tell her so as not to worry her. Good. The Broken Sword Emperor nodded. Immediately, Yi Tian went to talk to the Moon Emperor, and the Moon Emperor asked him to be careful and told him a lot, which allowed Yi Tian to leave. Subsequently, Yi Tian told his sister Yi Yu some things, dealt with some problems, and then took the advanced teleportation array of the Zhonghai superbase with the Broken Sword Emperor to the Tianfu superbase. Temple of Glory. Yi Tian and the Broken Sword Emperor came here. The majestic temple is full of supreme majesty. It is like an ancient abode of the gods, and it is an extraordinary building. Yi Tian could even sense countless laws from this temple, and these laws were inscribed in the temple and became a part of the temple, eternal and immortal. Let's go inside. Breaking the Sword Emperor Dao. Yi Tian took a step and walked into the Temple of Glory. The Broken Sword Emperor accompanied him, and as he walked, he introduced 10,000 heavenly emperors. The Temple of Glory is actually a sun-level artifact in itself, and it has the power to suppress any great emperor. But this Glory Temple is actually an ornament, and there are only a few emperors sitting in this Glory Temple, and the real emperors are elsewhere. And there is a teleportation array in the Temple of Glory, which is a teleportation array that surpasses the top level, also known as the Morning Star Teleportation Array, which can teleport across small worlds. Isn't the Emperor of the Temple of Glory in a small world? Yi Tian was surprised. That's right, the Broken Sword Emperor admitted. Those Emperor level are indeed in a small world. The Earth and those fierce beast worlds are actually real planetary worlds, and there will be many secret realms and rare small worlds born in the planet world. Some small worlds are even larger than the planetary world, but they are attached to the planetary world. The planetary world is the main world, and no matter how big the small world is, it is also a small world. And we have a small world on Earth, which is currently ruled by the Temple of Glory. But the Temple of Glory is not the Temple of Glory as you understand it. What do you mean? Yi Tian was a little puzzled. At this time, the Broken Sword Emperor sighed. Yi Tian, what do you think is the sudden change in the Earth? Could it be, isn't it? Yi Tian was stunned in his heart and asked tentatively. He felt as if he was about to touch an incredible secret. Naturally, it didn't happen suddenly, and I don't know the specific reason, but it has something to do with the forces behind the Glory Temple. The Broken Sword Emperor said in a shocking way.